moving like the speed of sound. We can keep on the ground.
Welcome to the Media Soup Podcast. We have a decent amount of topics today. We have a good... I say that every time. Yep. We have a decent amount of topics today.
You do. We had a ton last time. A whole bunch.
Yeah, that was kind of just a ramble. But whatever. It's up there. It's a part of the... It looks nice in the playlist.
Yeah, I mean, it's been on the actual podcast on iTunes for a while. Video.
You trying to promote that?
Video lagged a little bit here. Just a little.
Well, I mean, the bigger the topics, the faster it goes off. So.
Oh, okay.
That's true.
In other words, anything you decide goes on there. It goes up right away.
Well, we didn't really...
So Fallout we're covering, so that will be out probably in 10 seconds.
Why am I gonna rush up a video where we don't really talk about it?
We'll actually have 2 podcasts this week.
Yeah.
No, this one counts as last week, and then...
No, I was just saying, like he said, Fallout. We're doing Fallout, so you'll have it uploaded in 10 seconds after we're done.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we'll be on.
It's a big topic. These are big topics.
What, are you gonna start us off? Or are we just gonna ramble like that?
What if TV shows release like that? Fargo next week won't really release on Monday like normal. It's gonna be like Tuesday or Wednesday because it's not really a big episode. Just a little one.
That would help. That would save us in the long run. Think about Walking Dead.
If the Walking Dead did that, that'd be great.
Yeah, then we could miss it.
We wouldn't have to watch.
Like, oh,
Morgan.
They're uploading, a week late, so we can skip it. Okay. Anyway, we're gonna give our Fallout review / impressions.
You obviously love it.
Yeah.
Hot book. You and I both bought it.
Yep.
It's a great game.
We pre-ordered.
Both.
He bought the special edition or whatever. With Deluxe.
I watched it.
Collector's edition?
I wanted the Pip-Boy one though, but it sold out like immediately.
Well, yeah, of course.
But...
Okay.
What do I want to say? What's the first thing I want to say about it? The nostalgia will be incredible if you played the last one immediately. Obviously. You did play the last one.
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit, okay. Mm-hmm. I was addicted. I have about 20 hours in it so far already.
10.
You got 10.
But I've been working.
I have at least 2 watching. Maybe. If I'm lucky.
Okay. Whatever.
Yeah.
You Bethesda hater.
I'm not, at no point am I a Bethesda hater. I just, not my cup of tea.
I would
drink
say...
coffee.
I would say it's...
Can we edit that joke out?
I would say it's really impressive, but there are a few things I'm a little disappointed about, but they're not huge things that ruin the gameplay or ruin the game at all. I still think the game's great. I'm gonna get to that. Don't worry. There are things that I expect from Bethesda that they kind of left out, but they tried to do so much. I guess I can kind of understand, but I feel for a lot of people, I know a lot of people are kind of hating on it because the hype was huge, it was such a long wait, and Skyrim was so impressive. Not to say this game isn't impressive, but I don't know if it can hit that golden standard that Grand Theft Auto 5 hit, and that, how much there is to it. But it's incredible, base building's fun, but it's not something you necessarily need to do, so if you don't like that, you don't have to do it. I know a lot of people hate on the voice protagonist. I, for one, think that's impressive as hell, that they have all that dialogue for your character. Mm-hmm. A lot of people said they didn't feel that the protagonist had a lot of options, like in Fallout 3 or Fallout New Vegas. I think he had plenty of options. They say he kind of plays a nice guy, but you can always just shoot someone in the face, so why do you need... Because people want to role play. Come on. You can still kind of role play your character if you really want to. And you technically don't even have to do the story. You can just walk around
like me
and follow side quests, and do whatever you want. You can be a bad character.
Can I just jump back real quick to a point you said where about it not living quite up to like the GTA?
Yeah.
Are you talking sales or like quality?
I'm talking quality. I don't
think if you're going to say sales, GTA released and like what else released during that time? Like nothing.
Yeah, no,
Whereas this released with Halo, Call of Duty, Tomb Raider,
Yeah.
all these huge titles that like
Yeah. But no, sales-wise, I don't think they're struggling at all, especially pre-order-wise.
Yeah.
But I would say that it's really hard because they were in the process of making this game while GTA was already released. They did that. So it's hard to meet that golden standard right now. I have no doubt in my mind that the next Elder Scrolls game, which would be whatever they're going to do next after Skyrim, will be incredible because now they have, they kind of released this at an awkward time, and that's because of the long development time. Okay, some things. Let me just go over gameplay's fun. The guns are perfect.
I like the guns a lot.
Way better than obviously in Fall 3. You can name down sights. It was kind of dry, very very dry. The guns are really cool. Huge customization, beyond everything is customizable, from how detailed your character is to your guns. I still haven't even explored all the gun customizations. I still haven't made it past my pistol.
Yeah, the pistol's great.
Yeah,
It's like all you need.
Yeah, honestly.
Until I get that mini nuke.
I don't know, I'm still trying to get one of those because I can't carry it with all the other stuff that I'm carrying, or my guy's like,
I feel that guy up too.
yeah. And I'm
Just you don't even walk. A slow crawl.
I kind of just fast traveled back because there was no way I was walking. I would have rather a slow, scenic route. It took me an hour to walk across the map. The power armor, I'm going to talk about that. I went to take a drink but didn't want to take a drink. The power armor, unlike Fall 3 where it was kind of just an outfit, that's pretty much all it really was. It really didn't feel like... This feels like you're in a tank.
It does.
And my favorite, one of the coolest things I think about it is when you jump off a high spot, it actually slams into the ground. You can feel it shaking. That is the small things that I love from Bethesda. That just makes it feel even more powerful. But it's not overpowered. Those death claws, man, they will mess you up. Yeah. It picked me up and I went, oh, what is it doing? What is it doing? I don't know what to do. But, so gameplay's fun. Graphics, yeah, it's a little behind. Now that I've played it and got in, you can tell by some of the textures, definitely facial. But does that matter in the long run? That's not what, who cares? It's Fallout. You've been waiting so long. The lighting's amazing.
I'm sure it was developed originally for 360 and PS3.
Yeah, they started 5 years ago. He said they were doing it while they were doing Skyrim hard. So
you could only assume that.
And even if you compared it to, we'll say, Call of Duty that just released, it's better than Call of Duty.
Yeah, the lighting is really impressive. I think that's the thing that stands out to me the most. I don't know if from what you guys saw, that lighting
the water
carries
looks good too.
Oh my god, the water.
The water looks real good.
I want to say this because Skyrim's looked absolutely dreadful. Even other games at the time, it had the worst. And this is just, they were like, okay, well, we're Bethesda, so we'll fix that. And it looks so just... you walk out of that vault, when you come out of the vault and you're walking down that hill, and you see you come across that bridge, yeah. Oh my gosh, I was just like, look at, I walked in and I was like, ooh, I'm splashing in the water.
There's radiation in the water.
Yeah, well, I didn't stay too long. It was a short, visit, short bath.
Later he died of cancer.
But yeah. No, they have little, thoughts and stuff that help you not get cancer.
But there's definitely multiple ways to play it. You went almost strictly story, and you're...
Well, no, we went two different routes.
Yeah,
you went somewhere I don't even know where he went. I'm like, what? Trailer or what? I'm like, I went through a town and...
I found all this stuff, and you just sort of went through.
Because, I did the same thing with Skyrim, where I just played through the story and then went and explored everything. That's kind of, I want to know...
I'm trying to hit everything at once.
Yeah.
Taking it real slow. 10 hours and I'm still in Concord.
Yeah, he hasn't even, you haven't even met the first character yet, pretty much, which is the Minuteman. Yeah. It's the black guy. That's...
Can you say that? Is that legal?
I mean, is that what he is?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, he's the only black guy I've met yet. He's the only black guy I've met so far, so... Bethesda, you racist, Now here I want to get on the little things that bother me. They're not huge, they're not gameplay killers. But, the one, I'm going to go on the first thing that really bothers me, because Bethesda almost never does this. And that's, I'm exploring, yeah, The Wanderer, I'm singing in my head, the little Wanderer song, like, yeah, I'm shooting shit. I get to this part of the map, like, oh, what's over there? What's that bridge? And my guy's going like this. Like, what is this? I'm like, no, an invisible wall. Don't do this to me. But why you do this to me? Because in all their other games, they just put a giant mountain that I can get over, and I was just like, oh. Then it didn't feel like I was in a box, a big box. It just felt like, you know, oh, there's this mountain I can't get over. I'm just going to go this way. You know, it didn't ruin my immersion. No, I can see things off in the distance that I want to get to. I'm like, no, don't do this. I trusted you, Bethesda. You don't do invisible walls. That was like Todd Howard's thing, is that they didn't like invisible walls, and then they gave me a big giant invisible wall. And that feels kind of lazy. Like, but I can't really say that because the game's so big and they spent so much time and tried to do so many things. Can I really? All they had to do was put a giant mountain around the whole map that I can't get over. That's all I wanted. That is all I wanted. But instead they did this invisible wall, and it bothers me because when I'm tramping through the forest, I'm not checking my map every second to see if I'm going to hit a wall. You know, so I don't. That's one thing that bothers me. Also, when I come out of the water. This is going to sound stupid, but every game does it now. It's just the simplest thing to add more immersion. Is my body, I'm not wet. My clothes aren't wet. I'm not dripping. It's like I walked through nothing, like I walked through the air. Like, that bothers me. And it's not...
It's real little.
Yeah, it's real little, but it's
nitpicking.
Real little.
Yeah, but like, it's I know it's nitpicking. That's why I said this is nothing that breaks the game or ruins the game, but it's these little... The reason I bring them up is because these are the little things that Bethesda does it. You're just like, oh, that's so cool. It makes Bethesda Bethesda. Just those little things. Oh yeah, gun textures kind of bother me sometimes. They're a little low.
Like when your gun's rusty. Your rusty pipe guns.
I don't know, this may be just a PC thing, but they, like, there's... No, it's not just a PC thing, but it's like, they're like, the shotgun is a little low quality looking for me as compared to some of the other guns that look a little bit more high detail.
Any pipe revolver looks bad.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool, but it doesn't look great.
It is cool. A few things I noticed, like when I'm in buildings, I went over to this window, it was cracked, I was like, oh, I wonder if I could see all the buildings and stuff. But instead, it was just unrendered. It looked like something from PlayStation 1. I was like, what? Are you serious, Bethesda? Are you serious right now? What am I looking at? One of the buildings was like clipped off and stuff. I'm like, these are just the little things that... Like, it didn't ruin the game for me by any means. Like, it's not... The only reason I'm bringing them up, and it sounds like nitpicking, is these are the little things that they're so big on... They couldn't just, like, render that little area when I look out that cracked window or whatever.
See, they do it too much then. You're spoiled.
I am. That's the thing. I'm spoiled by Bethesda.
When you see their little mistake, you're like, what the heck?
I think there's a few... there's a decent amount of bugs that need fixed. One time, you know... One of those things came out to attack me, the scorpions, and it just stood there and let me shoot it. And there's a few things just like that.
I saw a lot of gameplay with that.
Yeah.
It could be worse though. You could be stuck in an elevator for an hour.
I got stuck in an elevator for an hour. But the problem was I had a follower, and I needed him to get into the elevator, and he was not getting in, and aggravated me so much. I'm trying to push him in the elevator, and he's not going in. Little did I know, if I just hit the button, he will automatically appear in the elevator. So I wasted an hour of my time. But that's the other thing. Followers are garbage. They can't shoot their targets for crap. They run, a lot of times they run past the enemy.
Dog meat's not the greatest.
Well, dog meat's, he's actually one of the better followers. When you get the other guys, like people later to follow you, they're garbage. They're complete yeast. And then the enemy doesn't really even shoot at them. They shoot at you anyway. So
there is one part though, like can't remember what it's called at the moment, but it's a shipping yard, and when you kill the ghouls and stuff, there's this little key to unlock all these trailers and stuff, and it even tells you all these different locations of the trailers.
Yeah.
Well, my freaking key glitched, and I can't get it. It just tells the dog to sit.
Oh,
it's so frustrating. I can't pick it up and go get the cool stuff. Like there's a little mini nuke and stuff in there.
Yeah.
I can't get it because I can't pick up the key.
Yeah. Stuff like that happens like a lot of times. I try to open a door to load another part of the map, which I don't like because they said no loading, and I load into every building I go into, which aggravates me. But a lot of times they'd be like, oh, follow this person into this building. I'm like, oh, okay. They go in, they disappear. I'm like, oh, my turn. I hit the thing to go the load in, and it won't let me go in. It just goes, oh, it's opened but I'm not actually going in. I'm stuck there. So I have to go to the side, try it again. If it doesn't work, I have to go to the side, try it. I don't like that. Why was that not fixed immediately? There's just a lot of bugs. I mean, I guess I can expect it because of the size, but even Skyrim didn't have these many.
Well, I think part of that too goes back to who's the head guy there, Todd
Howard?
Yeah,
he's a god.
He himself said that like employees don't know everything in the game that made the game. So there's probably people that work there that have no idea that stuff exists till it got out into the hands of everyone playing it.
That's why you just got to go off the gamers.
Yeah.
The people reviewing it like us.
Yeah. I would have to say this is kind of really a PC problem. It had a decent amount of hardware issues. It's a decent port, better than a lot of games, better than Black Ops obviously, because it actually runs. But I was so worried because Fallout 3 didn't run really well on anything past Windows 7.
No, it runs immediately right after it's installed.
Your console?
Oh yeah.
Well,
flawlessly.
Well, you're just saying your games get downgraded, so we don't.
Not much.
But
Fallout 4 if
What are
you're
you
saying.
talking about?
well, let me get to what I'm about to say.
It's downgraded all the time.
Only because they force it upon us because they like PC hate or whatever it
Your
is.
graphics card doesn't work 5 months later. It's not the NVIDIA GeForce 50 billion, so you have to use these medium textures.
Whatever.
Don't forget
But I
about that SSD. SDD.
Dude, those are so amazing and one so bad. They are so like godly. They load everything like that. But anyway, that's a completely different subject.
I think we're getting into this a little deep. Should probably get to the next topic.
Yeah, I just want to say like one more thing about like the PC. It was always because Fallout 3 had a lot of PC issues past Windows 7, like not starting, crashing, stuff like that. And the minute the minute I loaded up Fallout 4 first day, woke up in the morning, crashed the desktop, and I started out. I was like, no, but it ended up being that I just needed a to update my graphics card and everything was good. Okay, let's go on to this is just a quick topic. Let me read the quote from Todd Howard. PS4 will be receiving mods. It'll just take a little bit longer. He says.
So I'm sure Sony got on that real quick.
We architecture our system so that mods work. They will work on Skyrim. If you can get them on console, Oblivion as well, and Fallout 3, but there's no way of getting them there. There's still a lot of work to do. It's going to come out on PC first, and then they'll move to Xbox One and then to PS4. There's a lot of work involved on getting them onto each system. This was, what Todd...
But I don't understand how. Why can't they just, you add it and you have like a little workshop that's in the game that you just go to and say, oh, here's all the mods, install that one.
Because I'm just saying, even with PC, you can get a lot of issues. So I think they kind of want to filter it and make sure that when,
Yeah, you still check to make sure that it works.
I feel like certain mods would break certain consoles. As for PC, it doesn't really.
You just have to make it so
I think
when we played Left 4 Dead in Steam and we had all those mods in the workshop, it's going to take an hour and a half for this to load.
I think...
But at least it's good to see they're trying to get mods to the consoles.
Yeah.
For people that care about that. I hate that.
I still think...
Personal preference.
I still think, ENB and graphic mods won't work because that...
Oh, yeah, they're not going to do graphic mods.
Because on consoles, that affects the performance of the game, and there's no way to fix that.
And, that'll affect the console. The consoles are designed in a way to streamline that whole process.
Yep. Okay, now we can talk about... you want to talk about this Windows 10 on Xbox.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to talk about it.
It looks amazing.
Yeah, it just came out on originally the 11th, but everyone got it on the 12th for some reason.
It was a little late.
But it runs. They advertised that it was 50% faster, and I would agree with that. It is way faster.
It is. And the Xbox app on PC looks exactly the same as on the Xbox.
It's easier.
So we're getting that cross-platform action.
They're definitely working hard at that, trying to get that into a thing.
That's their fight against PS4.
Yeah, and it's been stable as can be. I haven't had any issues. I'm sure someone out there has. But for the
Other
most
than
part,
color personalization.
yeah, that
It
was
just
weird.
looks
But that wasn't even an issue. It was
No.
just that like the
Just a little thing
color
about it.
palette didn't select or update for you or me or someone. But it all still works like it's supposed to. And I don't know, just getting to the friends list and things like that, or things that used to have to load when you'd select them, now they're just there instantly.
The layout is just better.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was much
it looks
more
The
nice.
laid
layout is
out.
way better.
Yeah,
And if you have a wallpaper now, like he has a Halo
Yeah, I saw that as Halo
wallpaper.
wallpaper.
I got a little Vault Boy. You can actually see it now,
yeah,
and it makes everything translucent, so you can really see it.
right.
It just looks better.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's definitely a big update for. Well, as Microsoft says, it's the biggest update on a console ever. But I guess since their thought process is that they changed an entire operating system.
Yeah, that's definitely their thought process.
Yeah. But it's cool. And we've been currently trying to figure out how to get some of those Xbox 360 games on there because there were some.
It shows that you have them now.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
You just don't know how to get them.
Yeah.
Next topic is, this is probably another quick one, is the Steam Link. A lot of people are talking about it, they say it's kind of average, and all it does is shoot whatever Steam game you're playing straight up to your TV. I already do this because my computer is hooked up to the TV, so it's not like a huge deal for me.
It's cool that you don't have to have a whole separate computer though. You can just pull from your computer.
Yeah.
It would have been nice like a year or two ago when we were at the old place and we were trying to get your laptop to hook up to the TV.
But see, that's the only time I think it's any use is when you're trying to shoot something from a laptop up. I don't really
Yeah.
you're not going to do it with your desktop. I mean, unless you have the desktop there and have a wireless mouse keyboard, but then you lose control. I don't know. For $50, I mean, that's not a bad price.
No, not at all.
But I'm not really blown away with it. Anyway, let's move on to movies and TV. We have the Marvel lineup for they call it the Phase 3 of their movie release list, which involves, first is the Captain America Civil War. I'm pumped as hell for the Civil War series. Followed by Doctor Strange, Guardians of the Galaxy 2, Thor 3, which is called Thor Ragnarok, Black Panther. Oh my gosh, I can't wait for that. I want to see Black Panther really badly. The Avengers Infinity War, which is probably where Thanos will show up. Captain Marvel. I hope they do the Captain Marvel that I'm thinking of, because there's two technically, I believe. One is the
Well, I mean, in Marvel, there's almost always more than one. They do universes, so it could be.
yeah. Followed by Inhumans, which I'm super pumped for. It's really cool too, and followed by the next Infinity War. So, thoughts? What are you most excited for?
Well, that is from 2016 to 2019.
Yeah, that's from 2016 and 2019. So, we get 2 movies in 2016 and 2 movies in 20. We get pretty much 2 to 3 movies every year.
I'm looking at the list, and I'd say the thing I'm actually most excited for are the 2 Avenger movies.
The Infinity War is because you want to see Thanos show up.
It's gonna be some good stuff there.
Yeah.
Let us not forget Doctor Strange and, our man.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Benedict.
Yeah. That'll be a real good movie too, I think.
I want to see how he plays that character. That is one.
I think it's really interesting to not see the Ant-Man sequel on here, because they already said that they're going to do it, and they're in talks with all the cast to get them.
Yeah.
But I guess it's going to wait until even further.
I cannot express how excited I don't know why. Maybe it's just me, but I want to see Black Panther really, really badly. He's just such a cool character to me. I've always liked him.
Yeah.
The Inhumans is cool just because they are filled with people that can beat the tar out of Hulk, honestly.
Yeah.
That is why they are beastly. And I like their leader. He doesn't talk, and I think telepathically talks to his girlfriend, which is super cool because she does all his talking. All he does is stand there and look like a badass and then just destroy people. Which also leads to World War Hulk, which was mentioned, but it's not on our list here. But that they are doing a World War Hulk, they said. Oh my gosh, can't wait for that too. That'll be awesome.
I think it's interesting too to see that. Well, maybe not, because Fox may still have that license. the Hulk license.
No, I don't think they do. No, they have it back. That's why he was in Avengers, remember?
Yeah, well Marvel obviously can pull strings now that they got Disney back.
Yep.
Because they got Spider-Man show up and...
That's what I was just about to mention.
Yeah.
Funny you should mention that, is how they got Spider-Man. They're probably going to do another movie for him, but right now he's supposed to show up in Captain America Civil War, because he's a key part of the Civil War.
Yeah, always a big part. Yep.
Which would be super cool to see. I want to see everything I saw in the Civil War comics where he fights, Iron Man is one of my favorite fights from the comics.
Mm-hmm.
I started reading comics again just so I could get the story for that.
Right.
I'm actually probably going to go back to comics again because they're redoing their entire universe.
Yeah, they're like starting from scratch.
Yeah, I want to go.
Frame them up, put them up on the walls.
I plan on getting all the issue 1s for everything. I want to get. They're doing Carnage. I don't know whether he's a good guy or villain now, but they already have issue 1 Carnage. I was like, I must get that. It looks super cool. Spider-Man is a billionaire playboy or something like that now. I don't know all the details. Anyways, this place called Parker Industries. Fantastic Four is split up. Each individual superheroes now, not a group. That'll be cool to see. So we're gonna get the Thing, Human Torch, and all them. Alright, I'm rambling on the subject now. We just went into superheroes. Marvel's doing some cool shit. We know about that. Okay.
Always.
Real quick, technology. My thoughts, reviewed, or at least got it, is the Apple Music Android beta review. And it's garbage on Android right now in beta, but it's in beta. But I couldn't even add music. It was just giving me an error. Every time I go add this song and go error. I couldn't make a playlist. I couldn't do anything. Buttons lagged. So for now, it is orbless.
So wait. Just wait.
Yeah, just wait. Don't even touch the Apple Music thing right now. I will try to, I guess, keep you guys updated. Each podcast, tell you what's going on. Yeah. So
Source works.
yeah, yours works because, well, of course, Apple and Android don't get along. Apple and Google, I should say, don't get along. So I could understand why it's not happening. Oh, and then for anyone who watches Epic Battles, there is going to be a trailer for the next season.
Nice.
Yeah.
Trailer for the next season.
Oh.
Cool.
It's soon, not like, I don't want to give like an exact date, but it's going to be soon. I'm being summoned. And that's all we got for today. Unless you guys want to add anything else?
No, I just want to say our hearts and prayers go out to Paris.
Yeah,
everything they went through.
No, I forgot about that. I was about to mention that.
That's a pretty big mention.
Yeah.
But America is standing behind France just like they stood behind us at 9/11.
Yep.
And I quote, France said, and I found this one of the most powerful things they said at 9/11. They said, today we're all Americans, and now today we're all Frenchmen. So.
Yep.
Anyway, thank you for watching, and come back next time, guys.
Thank you.
Yep. Thank you.